In today's video, we're going to talk about the MonsterVerse. We're going to talk about Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, as recently there was a test screening for this movie, which is over 10 months away, I believe. It's coming out next year, and it was very positive. And what happens in test screenings? Somehow, the whole plot gets out. So, we're going to go over what allegedly happened in this screener, and also going to go over a few insiders that have stated that it did happen and it is somewhat a positive reaction to said test screener, but that information shouldn't really get out. So what is freaking good, YouTube? Wish you here. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, Kaiju, MonsterVerse, DC, Marvel, pop culture based content that we try to cover on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below, how excited are you for Godzilla X Kong? Are they secretly gonna fight each other again? I hope not, because there really wasn't an overall winner, or was there? I guess you could argue down below. So, also, if you could check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Someone told me that I was recently verified on Instagram, so it should have a tick there. I don't know if that's true. Also, if you could check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Now, it's worth saying the following. Test screening this far out from a movie, it's never going to be the finished product. It's never going to be the finished movie. The VFX, the CGI, even the storyline, even the plot. It's never going to be the finished product. Why? Because they are testing the movie with a random test audience. Okay, sure, there are a lot of people that get to go to a lot of test screenings. You can do it here in the United Kingdom if you sign up to certain websites. I know people that do it. I also know people that do it in the Burbank in LA, in California, which is ironically where this one allegedly happened yesterday. So the plot may not be 100% true or 100% of the final version, because there will be multiple different cuts of the same movie and reshoots. So, according to a viewer Anon, he confirmed that there was a test screening. Godzilla X Kong had a test screening last night. I'm not going to reveal anything. A lot of people thought I overhyped King of Monsters, but if you're wary of leaks, now will be a good time to mute certain words. Now, Viewer Anon is a world-famous leaker, although he doesn't really leak as much as what he used to leak. But the reason why we're using him in this video, stating what he said, is just to confirm and validate that, yes, the information is true. There was a test screening for Adam Wingard's next movie, but it's worth saying it's not coming out for at least 10 months. Grace Randolph also confirmed there was a test screening, and it was somewhat positive, but realistically, that means absolutely nothing. Why does it mean nothing? Because as we've said previously, it doesn't really matter. The initial test screening, sure, the main narrative of a plot will most likely be realistic, but it's not going to be the finished version of said movie. Yo, Warstu, you've had information for a while. I have, but like I keep saying, until someone puts the exact same information I have online, I can't speak about that, because I'm not a leaker. I'm happy to go over other people's information. Now, we are going to go over some test screen information. I can't validate if it's real or not, but I can validate it from looking at the other information I have. And I would say at least 50%-ish lines up with the information I've had sat in my inbox for such a long time. So credit to whoever. I don't know where this has come from. It's on the Reddit MonsterVerse subreddit. And if you guys follow the channel for a while, you would know when I put the information out about Godzilla vs Kong, it was true to a T, literally word for freaking word. So if this plot leak is wrong, don't come at me. Okay, it is also worth saying, last time I put out information about this movie before the movie got the official title of Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, literally every YouTuber, every website, Fandom Wire, the comicbook.com, bound into the comics. Every YouTuber that covers this kind of stuff all covered what I said. So I'm not the origin. This is not my information. It's coming from somewhere else. But we've not done a Godzilla vs Kong X video for a while now, for over a couple of weeks, and I wanted to put this out. And this information, like I said, I can't go into details of the other information I have, which I know is so true that it'll get someone in trouble if I was to talk about it. So if you do find out wherever this information originated from, I've tried looking in the Reddit comments and it realistically doesn't say where it's coming from. So take it with a pinch of salt, because it's not come from Legendary Pictures or Warner Bros. Themselves. I believe they're still the distributors. So it reads like this, and I don't know who's paraphrasing what, but it seems like it is from last night at least. So the new Empire's tones is exactly the same as Godzilla vs Kong, same director, but twice as goofy, crazy, and very bombastic. Okay, interesting wording. Okay, that's cool, because most people like Godzilla vs Kong. As we know, it made $475 million gross turned over. That's not profit. And it had HBO Max day-and-day release, so it did very well. And then it goes on to say, the opening credits starts with Godzilla fighting a title called Arachnic and destroys it. The film opens with Kong hunting a pack of giant jackals. Yes, giant jackals. While he is eating, Monarch has a conversation about how lonely he feels and how he may be the last of his kind. It is empathized by Kong, who's seamlessly looking not for prey or predators, but for family and Hollow Earth. He is sad during some scenes. Now, this pretty much lines with why the whole reason of Kong wanting to go to Hollow Earth in the last movie. The orangutan is called Scar King. Okay, we presume this could be the creature in the teaser trailer that is most likely concept art. Allegedly, there are two villains, Scar King and the first Titan to ever exist. And he goes by the name of Shamu? S-H-I-M-U. Shimu, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Shimu was revealed in the Call of Duty event about a year ago. He has these crystals on his back and can freeze the Earth. Shimu was born during the Ice Age. He is the origin and the all-father of the Titans. Now, we did know way back after Godzilla vs. Kong came out in 2021 that Adam Wingard did go on to say that this movie, the next movie, would explore the origins of the Titans even more. And we know by the writings on the walls of the post-credit scenes of the previous movies that there was some kind of war. So maybe this is going to divulge and tell us a lot more information about what the frickin' hell really went on, because we found out some details in Godzilla vs. Kong, but not as much as what a lot of people want to know. The flying creatures in the memorial in Godzilla. The best aspect of the movie, surprisingly, are humans. Now, this counteracts a lot of information that has been already on the internet, that there realistically isn't much human beings in this movie. But then I've read some stuff on Twitter recently that says it's on the lines of King of Monsters to a certain degree. They have improved in just about every way than the previous 4 films. There is a lot of world building that connects to the last movies, which makes sense. Scar King has a long history. He is an ancient species, older than the Kong species, who protected the Earth alongside other orangutan pack. He eventually grew power, hungry, and got corrupt by greed, betraying his kind until Godzilla came to defeat him and sealed him into the deepest pits of Hollow Earth along the chimps who joined his side. That could explain why they didn't actually cross paths earlier in the most recent movie, being Godzilla vs. Kong. Kong meets a new friend, Suku. He is smaller ape who comes from Scar King's lair, and Kong raises him as his own. This is where the idea Son of Kong inspired from. So if you remember recently after Godzilla vs. Kong came out, there was information going around from Hollywood trades saying the next Godzilla movie was actually going to be called Son of Kong, so that information there would coincide why that would be the case. Monarch and the military are colliding, and they are looking for solutions to keep the Titans away and under control. Scar King has a secret weapon of his own, the corpse of a giant serpent he uses as a whip. If I remember correctly, there was some merchandise for Godzilla vs Kong that lines up with that. Godzilla is seen as sleeping on the Colosseum in Rome. Jaya is having dreams and visions that led to the release of Scar King from his prison. The final battle is absolute best. Kong gets an upgrade that is so unbelievable crazy. And it goes on to say, the undiscovered colossal threat is Shimu. The film has insanely good reviews from test screening. Doug makes a return. Now, what do I think about this information? As I said, I can't actually divulge into the information I personally have because it's just too close to the movie. But what I can say is a lot of said plot information. I mean, this is coming from the Marvel Studios subreddit. And I do believe it's true because there was a test screening last night. And generally what happens, this happens for every single movie. The flash screen and test information came out. It's kind of standard. It's how I originally got most of the information for Godzilla vs Kong in the first place. But this does somewhat I really can't say too much. It does line up with other information I have. But what I would say is, I did tell you when the teaser clip came out that Kong, that animal, that red ape wasn't the only villain in said movie. This is missing out a fair few things to a certain... No, I can't really say much. This is missing out some vital parts, in my opinion. But like I say, there's so many different variations of the same movie. So we're just going to talk about what's happening in said movie here. Now, this does back up a lot of information that we previously put out on the channel. Way time ago. I mean, this really kind of somewhat to a certain degree backs up the Space Godzilla video that I did that went... Well, it didn't go viral for me, but it went viral for everyone else that touched it. To a certain degree. So, yeah, this is interesting. So, we have two villains. This is saying Scar King and the first Titan, Shamu, Shimu. The orangutan is called Scar King and not the red ape. This is very interesting information. And for people saying that I shouldn't really cover this stuff, as I say, I don't even know if this is legit. This has literally come from a public forum being Reddit. It's on the MonsterVerse subreddit. I can't give creditation to whoever the original source is because it's literally from a subreddit. So I cover content like this. I have done for years. It is very interesting. That plot leak does seem pretty cool. Everybody loved Godzilla vs Kong who are fans of the Kaiju MonsterVerse. And I wouldn't be disappointed if this does turn out to be somewhat mostly true. As I said, I do have a lot of information, but I can't drop that until at least a trailer comes out because then it's out there and then we can correlate. But I can't do that at the moment, guys. But as soon as I can put the information I have out, I will put it out, but I can't put it out yet. So let me know. What do you think about this? Shamu and Scar King. It sounds pretty cool to me. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I will catch ya in another video very soon. Catch ya later.